When we say masculinity is not one fixed idea, it changes depending on culture, history, social class, age, sexuality, and disability. This means that what it means to be a man is different in every society. Masculinity also forms hierarchies. Sometimes are values more than others, and these ideas are shaped by communities and institutions. Now, let's talk about the men's right levy. The men's right lobby argues that modern society has given more rights to women while men have lost some of their own. According to Warren Farrell in his book The Might of Male Power, he claims that men now carry more responsibilities but fewer rights, especially when it comes to marriage, divorce, child custody, and being able to see their children. He believes feminism has gone too far and has unintentionally harmed men. So now, let's talk about the different types of masculinities. The first one is the multiple masculinities, wherein there's no single correct way to be masculine. Different groups show masculinity differently. For example, some cultures treat soldiers as heroes while others criticize them. Some societies accept homosexuality while others do not. Masculinity also appears differently between rich and poor men. This shows that masculinity is diverse and influenced by social environment. The next one is the hierarchy and hegemony. Hegemonic masculinity is refers to the most dominant and socially prepared type of masculinity. This form is often associated with power, leadership, and authority. It is commonly seen in popular heroes, leaders, and fictional male characters. According to sociologist Michael Kimmel, hegemonic masculinity shows the idea of a man in power, with power, and of power.
So good day everyone. So I am Alexa Piladanyo, the next presenter. So I am going to discuss the collective masculinities and well-being, family formation, fathering and caregiving, and the masculinities and alcohol drug use. So first, let us proceed to collective masculinities. So it socially teaches certain behaviors as masculine or feminine through institutions like schools, the military, and the corporation. So media and sports also reinforce stereotypes of men as aggressive, strong, and dominant. Masculinity exists not just in individuals but also in a cultural system. So just like for example of this is schools encourages boys to join sport teams and girls to join the dance group. So parang they separate the ability of girls and boys. Next is movies often show men as action heroes with muscles and strength. So parang they more kinukuha yung mga lalaki because they are more masculine than the women. The next is these systems teach what masculine behaviors should look like. And next is the masculinities and well-being. So studies show that strict masculine expectations harms men's health. Men often refuse to talk about their feelings and instead cope with stress through drinking or risky behaviors which increases health problems. So just like for example is a man refuses to cry or talk about his depression because he thinks that men should be taught, may end up drinking to cope with harms his health. So parang mas iniisip ng mga lalaki na mas masosolve yung kanilang problem through drinking or doing bad habits that causes a harm to their health. And next is the family formation, fathering, and caregiving. So socially usually connects caregiving and housebreak with women. So many men avoid these tasks to protect their social status. Family formation, fathering, and caregiving. So it is socially usually connects caregiving and housebreak with women. So many men avoid these tasks to protect their social status. Even though more than women, men's caregiving rules has not increased much. However, fathers who actively care for their children improve their children's confidence and academic performance. So educated men tend to help more with childcare and home duties. So dito, meron siyang bad side and a good side. So let's proceed to the bad side. So yung bad side is Parang hindi ginagawa ng mga lalaki yung other work because they think that it is a duties of girls. And also the good side is educated men helps to do with their educated men tend to help their children with their works that motivates their children to study. And next is the masculinities and alcohol drug use. So men drink more frequently and in larger amounts than women, leading to a more health and social problems. So drinking is often seen as a way for men to bond, show courage, or improve masculinity. So in some cultures, violent men, drug use can also be used by some men to show power or toughness. So just like for example of this is in some places, people excuse violent behavior by saying ganyan talaga ang mga lalaki kapag lasing. So parang they tend to normalize the doings of boys because they are men. And also, a group of men encourage each other to drink heavily to prove who is the strongest. So parang they think that if they drink more, it will improve their masculinity. Or parang should I say it makes them more stronger. And also, young men may try drugs to appear brave or cool to their peers. So yung mga young men, they try drugs because paniniwala nila is magiging mas malakas sila and cool, brave to their peers.
That are Kirk Bakan and I am the next reporter. Let me first introduce you my part, which is the protest masculinity and caring masculinity. First, protest masculinity appears in marginalized groups and exaggerated thoughtness, aggression, crime, drinking, and impatience. It is often rooted in deep insecurity and lack of power. Connell describes it as a false displays of strength when men have no real power. Like, men are pretending to be strong because they feel weak inside. Like, tinatago nila yung totoong nararamdaman nila. So, next, caring masculinity allows men to show empathy, emotion, and cooperation while still containing a masculine identity. It rejects dominance and support equality. Men who follow this model challenge traditional masculinity and are often seen as the new man. So, men show kindness, empathy, and cooperation without feeling less manly. These men believes in respect and equality. They are not afraid to show emotion. Like, di sila natatakot na ipakita yung totoong sila when it comes sa mga kaibigan nila, family. In summary, masculinity is diverse and constantly changing. The study of masculinity explores dominant, marginalized, and caring forms and shows how these identities influence men's health, behavior, family roles, and social relationships. That's all for my part. Thank you.